Hi, it's Lenneke from Len's Crafty Life, and I am just have started to make my entry for I'm a Cool Mum. She wants us to make like a double journal page, and you are allowed to use like envelopes because this is a kind of like the list that she wants you to include. Sorry, the lighting is maybe a bit weird. First, she wants you to include a pocket, also a tag, recycled mail, a page of a peach of a book page, ink or watercolor, a flower, and trim or lace, and it can be an envelope journal. Now, I'm not really, I haven't done much paper crafting yet, but I do have lots of papers and to craft with, so I thought I may as well kind of try to get into using more papers as well. So I have just started this, but I thought, well, maybe I'll just film it, and if I succeed in filming this, I will post it as kind of like a tutorial, whatever. At least you can see the process of what I'm doing. So what I have done so far is only I've taken these. So she wants you to use recycled mail. I got these 2 envelopes and they are recycled. This was torn when I opened it, so I didn't do that on purpose. It's an old envelope. And this one, you can see it was stuck down as well. I got that with a card in it. Maybe you will recognize your handwriting here. Thank you for your envelope. I'm using it right now. And I will, since I don't have a full journal yet, maybe I will sometime, I hope I will. I've decided to do this on like with these envelopes, make like a little envelope journal. Very little, maybe I'll make it bigger in the future, but this is what I'll do right now. So the only thing I've done is I have distressed this envelope, was like a white envelope, and I distressed it with the vintage photo. Now I tried the vintage photo on this envelope to distress it, but it didn't take it. So I'm just in the process of using this one, the walnut stain, and you can see that that is distressing it and darkening the edges, so that works. Then the only thing I did was just glue them together. That's all. That's just here there's some glue, because I know some people do it in different ways, but I kind of like this effect, and I just thought I can make like a pocket here, and then of course here's a pocket and here's a pocket. So let me just show you what I got, like the requirements. So a pocket, well, these are loads of pockets already, but I may use, I've got this a whole bag full with, these are like old sugar bags, and that you would get in restaurants. So on the one side there would be like the restaurant on it where you are, and then so these are really old-fashioned, they don't do this anymore. And then on the other side there would be like a promotion of something, or this, it says crystal sugar, what kind of sugar it is, or it kind of like would promote something. Like here it says about vacuum cleaners, washing machines, irons. So there is some how do you say it, advertisement on it. Now, so that I can use for a pocket. Then a tag, the same person, so I didn't cut these out or collect these myself. I got them like in a second-hand store, and the same person with the sugar bags also apparently collected these. Now these are the tops of matchsticks boxes, and this one is still with the real wood. So I may use something like this. These are all from wood, as a tag. So punch a hole in it. Maybe hard to write on, but I don't know, I like these, so I may use some of these. So I'm doing it kind of like in the vintage style. The recycled mail is obviously the envelopes, a page or a piece from a bookmark. I've got this page, actually there were 2 together, and it's a vocabulary from a French book. So like with books that you had to read for school, which we had to do, if French was one of your subjects, you had to read about 15 French books a year, at least in the education that I did, which was kind of like a higher level, so you had to read a lot of books in all the languages, and the books sometimes came like with a vocabulary. So while you were reading, you could just, if there were hard, difficult words in it, you could just look it up here, and here's the Dutch translation next to it, just to make it easier for you and somebody make like notes with it. So I use these as a book page. Ink, I showed you 2 kinds of inks. A flower, well, you may have seen it in my previous videos. This is a gorgeous flower punch, and I have made kind of like these flowers with it, but I want to keep it, this is 4 layers of the same flower, but I think I'll only do 2 in the book page, use the book page paper for it, because I want to keep it vintage style. So that will be the flower, and I also got this punch recently with a tiny little flower, so may use that as well. Oh, by the way, as for a tag, I have this tag punch, may use that as well. So I just collected a few things. Then trim or lace, I got this kind of vintage looking lace. So, and as for a flower, I still have this pretty flower as well that I got from Jean Jones a while back. I may use this as well, and this for the tags. So, okay, I will just stop the video here, and then I'll do the whole process. So if I don't manage to film the whole thing, or it's becoming too long, then I'll stop here and show you the end result after this, and otherwise I will add the whole process to this so you can see what I'm doing.